Hey everybody, how y'all doing? We're just out here enjoying the nice dry weather. That's sure. Yep. And a few people know that I'm gone live if they're around. So since nobody ever gets notifications anymore. Uh, let's see. Hello. Hey, my kids found out it's getting a little dry out here. They almost had a mess. I'm gonna have to make up a little fire truck here. Oh, good, there he is. Hey, Mike, if you're there. Oh, so do you all know? It's been an interesting. Well, Lee, how you doing? Okay. I gotta find myself here and let's see. There we go. There. All right. Well, we are a whole whopping 75 degrees. I think we got the 77 today, and we got pretty good wind. And I gave myself a pretty good old tore up finger today. I got to replace the steering wheel on that old H. It's getting to where it bites too much. So, nope. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I don't know if Mama Bear's hiding in here or not. Uh, been doing a lot of, I don't know. I kind of had a problem there a couple weeks ago, and the ads are working. Okay, cool. No, getting ready to dismantle some stuff around here. Time to tear stuff down. Got motor and training. I gotta get out of one vehicle to put into another one. Yay, rah, yay. And a couple others are just gonna go bye-bye. So, nope. So how you doing, Mike? A camper? Let's see that. See. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Mike. Yeah, that's good. I'm kind of improving too. Finally. Oh. Yeah. Actually, it cooled off here. I think we only got the high of 77 today, and the wind was blowing pretty good. And I felt good enough to do some stuff outside. And it's nice to have young blood that's wanting to work on the farm now. The one grandson and my oldest come out, and they helped Grandpa today. So it was nice. I didn't have to climb up and down the tractor all day. So getting stuff ready to go. 90 out there. Well, I know my buddy in California. I'm going to get it wrong. Yeah, 8 something in the morning. they were going to be 106, 107 by 9 a.m. I wouldn't be outside. I would be staying in. And then I've got a crazy idea, you know. I don't know if any of you guys watched the Nico Brothers or not. They've been rebuilding RVs and that. I've got one out here. I've got the title too, but the thing is basically shot. I am thinking about stripping that thing down to the floor. Keep the gray water tank and all that up, well, modernize what I can, and get myself on my hands on. I can't talk tonight. Get my hands on some aluminum tubing like they use in those RVs, and build a brand new one out of that old camper that would be fluffy friendly. Would that be an interesting build to do if we can get her going? I mean, for the price of these things new, I mean, you build your own, you can build it however, and I would build mine with not a flat roof. I would crown the roof on it. So I've been thinking about that. And put real doors a big guy can get in. Make it a fluffy friendly camper is what I'm saying. Damn, that hurts. So that's another idea I've been kicking around. Actually, I've got two frames I could do that too. Make a small one and a big one. But those. Oh, I know where that is. I was going to say, somebody got away with that, but I know where it's at. Yep, there's the cat. He's saying hello. So, actually, I could build two campers. What do you want, babes? Huh? Huh? Well, you're begging for attention. There. Make your appearance. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Well, what are you going to all knock down now? Test. Yeah, I think that would be a good project to do, and be one way of Mama Bear and I and that to get our own camper. Yeah, I mean, this one here pulled good. If we could have used it if the previous owner went ahead, started tearing into it and tried to fix it. Hey, old man, how you doing? I figured take her all the way down to the frame, put a new subfloor in, and build her fluffy friendly from there on up. Got an old camper here, old man, that we're talking about. After watching a couple of YouTubers rebuild some of these burnt and wrecked ones, I'm like thinking, hey, that's something I should do with this one. Rebuild it from the ground up. Actually, I got two frames I could do that with. So, let's see how my blood sugars are doing. They've been low. Uh-oh. Mike's going to abandon us for the hockey. Not bad. Now, this old camper that's sitting out there, it's, like I said, not a bad camper. Just, I'm thinking tear the whole thing down, salvage what I can, or modernize it with I can. And I know Mike likes his hockey. Lightning? Okay. If they go fast enough, they shouldn't get hit by lightning. So how's everything out on the East Coast there, old man? Get me practice up on doing some aluminum welding. Yep. For lightning. Okay. Rain, I can see. Lightning? Nah. usually the two go hand in hand, but you just got dry light and then just keep the pedal to the floor and you won't get hit. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've had some issues with my back, like I said, and kind of took it easy the last couple of days. So now I'm feeling like I can go again, and like I said, getting the grandkids and the oldest out here to help. Kind of was nice today. See, there you go, man. You just help remind Mike that he needs to look up brakes. But Mason, he was so cute when he was ready to go home. He's like, "Mom, I'm tired. Grandpa had me do too much walking." I said, "Well, what are you going to put on this farm when you take over?" He says, "Animals." So maybe there might be a future farmer in the family yet. So, Squirrel Mama Bear snuck off and seen part of the family. It was a short trip, but they had fun. I've been knocking down weeds and thistles and used the tractor. Took the old H. Man, if you guys got an old Farmall H or something, and when years ago when we rebuilt that tractor, we put fire dome pistons in it. What the hell? That thing ain't got no rubber on it. No special seals or anything. I put some E85 in that old tractor today. Ugh, that's kind of a smelly job, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Anyway, I put that E85 in the tractor, and the longer it ran today with that E85 in it, the better she ran. She was sounding pretty good when I quit using it. My oldest said, "That's the easiest that tractor started ever since you've redone it." I said, "Yeah, it is." So I guess it likes its high octane fuel. It ran pretty good. Didn't have to run it full throttle to do anything. Had to idle her down, and she just chugged away. So maybe one of these days I'll get the modernized, but then again, get a modern tractor. You got all those computer. That tractor really likes the Cam 2 racing fuel. My dad stole a gas can of Cam racing fuel once, and I looked for it, and yeah. Dad said, "Well, I put it in the tractor." I'm like, so that was racing fuel. Well, no wonder it runs so good. So I guess I got an alcoholic tractor. So trying to get the farm back under control again. Weeds kind of got out of control, and some junk got spread out, and took the track H and used her like a bulldozer. And everything's pushed into the pile now. Got some other projects. Got some other projects going on. That'd be interesting. That old man was still good. Going. Yeah, like I said, the H, she's kind of been a little smoky, but after running that E85, like I said, the oil in the Yukon, after I ran all that E85 through it here this last few weeks, it's the oil's staying full, and it looks like I just poured it out of the jug clean. So I got a feeling I cleaned up the motor running all that through. So now I'm kind of mixing back and forth so I don't get too high of a alcohol content in the gas tank to end up having it to stall out on me, or whatever they call that. But yep. Got a couple of runs to do in the morning. Scrap iron's going. I'm going to double. Now it's loaded. I checked the price the other day, and it was not what I was told. It was still up, so I'm going to clean up. And there's a couple of projects I'm kind of rethinking on. I may or may not continue with them, or they might just grab what's good to me off them and either try a couple of ads and see if I can sell parts off them. Otherwise, they're just going to get loaded up and gone. I'm not sure on that, old man. We got an ethanol plant 5-6 miles away, and it don't sound like they ever do anything different. So I don't know. I've heard that still where they've got summer blend gas and that. So I don't know. What else we got? I got the old Bonneville out there. We should get that running and see if we can find a new home for that one too. Yeah. It's yeah. I've been out and about it a little bit more, and yeah, I'm like, okay. I just keep doing what I can. Well, heck, that was cheap, Mike. I think last time I bought eggs here it was $3.59 a dozen. That's what you were saying, old man. You don't have any E85. And I got a bottle of insulin today, and when I was there, I took the gas can with me and got some of that E85 for the tractor, and figure what the hell's it going to hurt? Probably actually clean her up. Yeah, John. Oh, and I did see a new TikTok for any of you guys that work on these brand new vehicles. Watch it using your lifts. Somebody put it out for a public service announcement or public safety announcement. Yes, either way. They have put something that is so slick now that your hoist can't hold these new frames. GMC and Chevy trucks were the ones that they were having the trouble with, but if all the manufacturer went to the same stuff, they have now made them too slick, and your rubber pads on your lifts are not holding on the hoist, and they're sliding off the standoffs. So keep that in mind when you're using your hoist or jacking up. I mean, they've got the person that did the video showed. I mean, whatever they put on there is a really, really shiny smooth coat, so probably trying to make the stuff last longer. So they probably put, yeah. So I got thinking, you got your hoist, so watch it if you happen to work on somebody's newer vehicles, and something to keep in more mind for when they get older, if that stuff stays slick like that or what. So, now the person that was on a TikTok video, they said they already had 2 trucks slide off the hoist. Yeah, yeah. Well, they said this stuff, they couldn't even scratch it. So I don't think it's a wax anymore. So I don't know what they did. They said they didn't scratch it, but it is slick. Very slick. Okay. Wow, that's crazy that looks that good yet for a 17. So that was something. That's something to kind of let you guys know about too. I ain't gonna have to worry about that. Huh. I think they said this was 2022 or 2023 truck they were having trouble with. That, well, not having trouble with, but they put it up on the hoist to do the final inspection and started sliding. Hey Matt, how you doing? How's the old Caprice coming along? I don't know why they just don't put POR the frames. Yeah, I bet you yours will, Mike. They replaced enough frames for free back in the day. 1206 gasket, okay. Hey guys, smash the like button. If you have fun. Otherwise, the heads look like they're going to fit pretty good for you. Oh, cool, Matt. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I ain't never gonna have to worry about using it, having a new vehicle fall off. I'll never have one. uh, everything rots. Everything. They've got the technology to keep it from happening, but they still don't. I can't remember what set of heads I had. That we had to get the taller. I think that was on the set of. I think that was on Buddy's that 385 I built for him that went down to Wichita. So yeah, ain't that right, Mike? Wow, that's going to take a lot of. Yeah, well, California's not making a lot of sense anyway. Pumping all the water out to the ocean instead of filling up the reservoir. So yeah. Glass cabinet. Oh, did you build one or modify that one? Or are you talking your parts washer one? Back in the late 80s, I remember in the stock car magazines and muscle car and all that, they were talking about how they were going to make it to where older cars were not going to be on the road. We're like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Now, it didn't happen in the time like those articles were talking about. It sure seems to be coming around to being a true story that we're talking about. I'm actually thinking about getting to work back on Snowball again. I know Snowball's got a soft spot in its frame, but I think I got an idea for fixing that. Truck's only got 170,000 miles on it. She's still got a lot of life. So I got an idea for that one. I know I need a new roll of wire. Okay, Anthony. The pistons that you got from 1977, are they standard or are they oversized pistons? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Oh man, just making a plate and plate it, and they are 4-inch bore. The new ones that you're trying to put in the flat tops, and you got a standard bore 350, and the pistons won't go in. Now you're using a ring compressor to compress the rings, right? Or the piston doesn't even fit in the hole. What brand are those pistons that you got? Yeah, being in the hospital is absolutely no fun at all. No, wow, it's crazy, John. Oh yeah. Now after rereading that, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you got to use a ring compressor of some sort, otherwise you never get the pistons in. Yeah, I'm on Snowball's frame. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way to the top of the frame or go up to where the metal's solid and just plate it and call it good, or what I'm going to do. I might even box the inside of the frame too while it's there. Which I've got the water tanks ready to get set up so I can get the water going. And if I can get my hands on one of the electric Harbor Freight power washers, I might try that with that blasting tip to see if I can clean up. So I got a couple of intakes here I'd like to wash and clean and blast. So better get going on that if I want to do some water blasting this summer and get that done. Okay, Anthony. It sounds like what do you have, a tapered ring, tapered ring compressor, or you got the old band that you wrench down tight? Because if you got the old style with the band that you wrench down tight, you got to make sure that is even, and you got to hold that down. Well, both of them you got to hold down. If you don't hold the ring compressor down while you're tapping in, and you let that bounce up that ring's going to pop out and catch the block every time. But if you got a tapered ring compressor, jeepers, make sure you're holding down on it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess the only other thing I just thought of too is how sharp is the edge going into the cylinder. If that is a true 90 cut without a bevel on it, that will catch your rings. There should be a slight taper around the top of the cylinders to help transition that. Yeah, those tapered ring compressors, I wish I would have had those years ago. Would have saved me a lot of heartaches and a lot of cuss words and flying parts. And yeah, not that would ever happen, no. So if there's not enough bevel edge around, I've ran into that with a couple of blocks where they didn't have much of a bevel edge, and it was amazing. The factory even got the rings in. Let's see. So it's the bottom oil, that 3-piece oil ring that's catching on you, Anthony. Uh, if that's the one that's catching on you, you may not. Oh, you got the old band type. Okay. Well, when I use the band type one, if you ever wind it and you notice one part of that band kind of sticks up, I always take a hammer, wrench, whatever, tap that down with the piston up in there. Tap that down so that's all flat and even, and then drive the piston in. hey, King, how you doing? uh, yeah, those old band type ones, they're okay, but if I continue. I've been there, done that, Anthony. Yeah, if you're fighting it that bad, and before you, I guess all it takes is breaking one piston, and it would cost you more to replace that one piston with a standard bore tapered ring compressor. Might be a better help for you. But I've got the standard 30, 40, 60, and then I got the 30 and 40 over 400s. Well, that now, which way are you using that ring compressor? There is a top and bottom to that. If you've got it on upside down, that's going as it goes down, it's going to bail out and let the rings go out. So there is a up and down to that. Hey, Reason, no wonder the cat was up here. He knew you were in here. Hey, babes. You got that right, John. Okay. Well, then, okay, if you're having trouble with the oil ring itself, do I have anything close? When you put the little one with all the grooves or the waves in it, and you butt that up, you got to make sure that stays flat and don't override, because if that overrides, it's going to keep those rings out too far, and it's not going to let it go in. Yeah, gas cans. They really messed up gas cans too. Hey, here's an I thought I have something too. Maybe one of the stores around you, the parts stores, might have one that you can rent, use it, and return it. Might be You might be better off to figure out how to get your hands on a um, get your hands get your hands on a tapered standard bore ring compressor and use that and take I my last band clamp one. I kept one for nostalgia, the one I was using that I was fighting a problem like you. It went across the shop and it no longer works. Actually, I think it went out in the last load of scrap. So messed up gas cans, messed up lawnmowers, messed up this, messed up that. Yeah. You've tried that. What, pitching it across the shop? uh, Anthony, if you're, yeah, it sounds like you might do like old man says. He says he can find them 20 for $25 now. You might be better off to get a standard 4-inch bore tapered ring compressor. And then if you still the ring set you got was a standard set, wasn't it? I don't know how you would check the end gaps on that oil, but unless somebody, the way after what's happened these last few years, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody put the wrong oil control rings in the box. So, uh, but if you can get it to go on with the second and first ring, it goes in fine. I would say double make sure how you get those rings around that oil. God, I can't talk tonight. Yeah, John. Oh, hey, what you doing? Yeah, I'm just running across some scenarios I've had over the years, other than the fact that maybe, hey, does that tapered ring compressor get stuck with the piston as it goes down in? Because if it does, that ring compressor might just be that. I mean that, not the tapered. If that band clamp ring compressor seems to kind of slide down in with the piston, that kind of tells me the little notches they put in it to help keep it from out of going into the cylinder. That one might just be completely wore out. How's the motor coming along, Reason, if you're still here? Well, on my side, it says 7 now, John. Yeah, YouTube's slow notifying stuff. And now, Anthony, another thing that's happened when you have problems like that, you walk away from it, come back, and then try it again. All 8 of them will drop right in. I've had that happen. Yep. So yeah, I'm getting ready to kind of do some work to snowball, get that truck going, start getting stuff lined up for. Oh, medical testing. Okay. Yeah, it is very weird, John. I've had stuff frustrate me so bad trying to put motors in, fighting motor mount bolts, go away for 20 minutes, an hour, come back, and I leaned on the car to see what I got to do with the bolt. I leaned on the car, reached down, and I touched it, and it went whoop, right through. And my buddies looked at me. We fought with that for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it wouldn't go in. Well, it's in now. So I put the nut on, bolted her down, and went and had fun with the car. $75 each for a drum. Oh, Anthony, I ain't ever run into a different size standard ring. About the only time I run into those is when I order them for file fits. Oh, back in the day, if we would have had YouTube and stuff like that back in the day when I was younger building this stuff, you guys would all died laughing at me because wrenches, barrels, paint guns, everything had wings around here before Red Bull was invented. Flying hammers over a piece of 3/4 inch of wood. Oh my good God, Dad, come on. A digital bore gauge. Oh, that'd be nice. Hey, JJ. Oh, we're doing pretty good. Kind of getting back to my old self again slowly, but have the days that you don't even want to get up and move, but what do you do? Well, I hope you don't run into another quack. The only thing is, my tractor bit me today. That's smart. Yep. That's why I was kind of thinking maybe somebody might have put the wrong oil control bottom ring in there, and maybe you're just getting bound up there. But oh, you're welcome, Anthony. Hopefully, we gave you something to try and figure out what it was. Well, some of you guys might remember a while about what was going on 3-4 years ago. Uh, I had something happen, and I it just and glasses. Sometimes you got to pay attention and start correcting your medications yourself because your doctors just don't realize what crossing stuff can do. And I've gotten a few answers for myself, which unfortunately I still can't really say too much about yet, but it's worth getting there. Yeah, you get really, and right now I'm helping out a friend too. I think we finally kind of figured out doctors did to her too the same thing, crossed a medication that wasn't supposed to be taken with another medication and kind of created some problems. But I bet you can't with that stuff sticking out of your back, Mike. It's hard to believe when I started YouTube back in what 2009, 10, somewhere in there. The amount of medications that you had me on back then, I sure didn't think I'd be sitting here today yet. Now I give up on the documenting to it. I just started Googling and cross referencing my own stuff and corrected a lot of problems that were being prescribed induced. But we're getting there. That's all we can do. Oh, here, hopefully soon they'll tell you that can go away too, Mike. Next thing you know, oh yeah, you can't do that. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know Mom Bear would pop in tonight or not. Kind of made me feel good though when Mason said he wants to put animals back out here on the farm when he gets to work, ain't working the farm. Yeah. And now there's a recall on sleep apnea machines, I guess, or been ongoing. I'm like, I still got to look at that. I think it's, nah, you guys have to, I'm going to say what brand, but yeah. There's a recall on peanut butter again? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know they did a lot of driving the last couple of days. Uh, Yeah, it's amazing on another good trucker taking off the road, I guess. Huh? Never fails. Back when they made all these CDLs, they took a lot of good truckers. You know, the good old boys back in the day, yeah, they may not have had a high school diploma or knowing how to read and write and do all the paperwork, but boy, they could drive that truck and they could put them in places that nobody to this day could do. Oh, okay, tweet. That makes sense. That makes sense. Clear as mud now. Uh, It really does make sense, I know. And I got another project I'm kind of thinking about. Yeah. You know, it's pretty bad when you're working away at your job, and this is coming from a buddy of mine that works at a factory, and he's seen this trucker sitting on the street waiting to back up the place to make a delivery. Finally, the guy flags him down, says, "You drive truck?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I can." And he's, "You drive my truck?" My buddy looked at him like, "What? No, I'm not, no." Well, he started asking around. Well, nobody would. Hey, HRM. So finally, he did find another trucker pulled up to make a delivery and said, "Hey, can you help this guy out, get him backed into this place?" He says, "What?" He says, "Yeah, he can drive forward, but he cannot back up an 18-wheeler. And that's what kind of people we got driving now. Yeah." So the guy says, "All right." He got out of his truck and he looked at the guy and said, "Get in your truck." He said, "No, no, 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 no." He says, "No, get in your truck." He says, "You ain't going to learn if you don't do it." So he stood on the side of the guy's truck and helped him back his truck into where he needed to be, and got him out of the way so everybody else could go on with their day. But yeah, and then my buddy was explaining to him, now if it would have been a delivery for the place that he was working for, they would have gladly backed the truck in for him. But yeah. Yeah, JJ, I thought that was part of the test. You had to go be able to back it down through and park it. The weather's beautiful here today, HRM. It's 70 something. Got the 77 today. Nice breeze. Actually cool in the shade for once. Kind of made me think of it was summertime or spring. Might have been spring more, but even though summer started, we kind of got gypped on our spring. Hey, performance, how you doing? Just kicking back and getting ready to scrap a bunch of stuff and getting ready for the 4th because kids want to have some fun out here on the 4th. So cleaning up some junk so nobody gets hurt and getting the grass knocked down. And I'm actually going to build my own little temporary fire truck just in case. A little dry around here. So 90s in New York. And like I said, my buddy in California this morning, when I talked to him at 9 a.m. in California, it was supposed to be 107 this morning. Oh, it's definitely going to be fence post high by the 4th of July, if not taller. That corn went from nothing to, I bet you could have stirred it out there and listened to that corn grow. Beans are a little slow, but they're finally taking off. But yeah, that corn, I bet you I should be building the pool. Yeah. Just take that hole I started where I wanted to build my house and put some plastic in it and fill her up. Rats Fire Department, yep. Yeah. Kids had a scare yesterday. They were setting off some fireworks and they almost lit the burn pile on fire. Oh, David, I'm feeling pretty good. Doing better. Getting back to being myself again. Uh-oh. So, yeah. Well, JJ, I'm kind of wondering about that. Some days I can move around and not have a problem. Next day I get up and do a couple of things. I got to sit down and catch my breath. It just kind of comes and goes. It's not. I don't think it's 100%. I don't think it'll ever be 100% thanks to all that. But yeah, Mama Bear is kind of the same way. Strange sniffles and that, and yeah, I kind of miss driving a clutch camper. Used to be able to speed shift without having to touch it. Oh, Wayne, how you doing? Everybody must finally be getting the notifications. uh, oh, wonderful, old man. Well, I can remember when I first got in one of those clutches John Deere tractors. That kind of drove me nuts. They kept yelling at me, quit using the clutch. I'm like, force a habit. Yeah, we're just hanging in there and just trying to get back to a normal life around here and get things going again. And clutches for starting and stopping. Hell yeah. I was old split rear ends. My dad could drive those things. I hated the split rear ends. Always messed me up. Or what truck was it that his boss had one time? God, I can't. God, I'm starting to forget the name of stuff. I ain't gonna get it right. I can't remember. Right? That's the thing too. I got to get some. I'm going to make some metal bottle rocket holders and some metal plates to put the big cannon ones on. But, yes, I'm just running into that. I took something in 2 weeks ago. They said, yeah, we will know because we needed to know what bore that block was going to go. And it's funny you said that. They had a couple of guys quit because of the gas prices, and another one took vacation on them. So, yeah, what was supposed to take a week to get checked out is now going on the beginning of the third week. Um, I, I, I just don't understand why there's a shortage for help in machine shops. I just don't get it. There you go. Sweet. Last year doing it. Yep. All right. Well, these gas prices cannot and keep going like they are because otherwise we're going to be joining the Romans in the history books. And then there'll be no trace of us like the Romans. Yeah, it's and seeing how my grandsons and my grandkids, their little work ethics, if they can keep them and the world don't crush them, Yeah, we got a few years to go before those kids will be in the workforce. There might be a chance uh, they can save this world. I don't know what was going on in our town the other day. I wish I would have got in on it. It went from 469 down to 439, and I guess the two gas stations got in a pricing war. And I'm like, oh wow, down to 439. Okay, maybe the world's finally coming back around. Nope, got back to town that night and back up to 469 again. I'm like, what? $5 a gallon there. That's right. When my oldest told grandkids, she tried bringing the two boys, and the one he wanted to stay home with dad, which that's fine. But Mason, he was right along with mom, and he was helping carry stuff and watching. He thinks it's fun riding on Grandpa's trailer and the dually, and forgot to give him a tractor ride though. But he was pretty tired though. Like I said, he looked at mom. He says, "Grandpa had me walk too much. I'm tired." 10 cents a gallon in Venezuela. Well, look at their milk. $7 a gallon, pushing $7 a gallon. Water, $3.49 a gallon. Really? This shit, you can't afford to buy one. You got to buy two to justify having one. Then you got two of them. But I've been having to use this again to kind of keep things balanced out. I'm not sure. Damn, that hurts. Okay. Oh. Yes. High Water. He sent me one today. It burns. It burns. Let me see. I'm going to just kind of abbreviate this because, I don't want to. Basically, he said you rarely see kids playing outdoors in this era now. He remembered going barefoot as soon as it got warm. A certain group of people usually worked outside from summer to and getting out of school. You always were in a hurry to go with your friends to go rabbit hunting after school and or playing in the mud and yeah, it's just yeah. As a child, you learn to build things and work on things, and uh, that's our problem. We don't teach these kids when they're going to absorb it anymore because that's child labor. Oh, sorry, George, I didn't see you. George is in. Uh, yeah. I've had tires on other vehicles and uh, yeah, yeah. It's funny on how everything can be so cheap and that somewhere else, but costs so much here. God, not that good. Yeah, they'll remember those twist blades that you adjusted the cutter bar so when it went through there, just oh, son of bitches. Those would take a finger off. That was all push powered. Then guys got smart and figured out how to attach them to the front of their bicycle and then rode up and down. Yeah. This country used to think about making things. Now they just think about making things to make money and not last. Remember the old Widowmaker lawnmowers? The one that had an engine on it and a blade stuck out, and if you were lucky, it had a guard on it, or a screen at least. Yeah. We used to walk beans to tassel corn. I think they're even getting toward now you don't have detasseling crews. They all do it by machine now. Oh, if it ain't perfect, oh well. Yep. I remember getting into it with one of my PE teachers one time. Would have been in the would have been right after the farming crisis. I started school that year, and one of the requirements was white socks. All I had was black socks. I was failing PE because I was wearing black socks, not the white socks. And I said, well, I'm working after school to try and make enough money to get socks back then. That's bad when you had to work after school to make enough money to buy socks. Well, one day, phone rings out at the house here. It was my PE teacher. He says, your folks home? He asked to speak to my dad. I said, Mom, it's for you. I gave my mother the phone. I walked out of the house because I did not want to know what my mom said. I wanted to be clueless when I got to school the next day. I'm glad I did that because the teacher accused me of knowing. I said, I handed my mother the phone and I went outside and got away from that phone. He's like, oh, so you have no idea what your mother said? Nope. He says, whenever you get your white socks, we'll be fine. Guess what? I passed PE with a D- that year. And even though I got everything he wanted, he wouldn't give me a grade better than D-. Sucker and tobacco. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom went to her grave. She never did tell me what she said. But needless to say, he was a different teacher after that. Oh, yeah. Be down at the neighbors, and you either heard your mother bell for you half mile away, or they honked the horn on a vehicle 3 times, and if you weren't home to sit down and eat, you either missed supper or you got cold supper, if there was any left. Nowadays, you're cooking 5 different meals for one meal because, I don't like this. That's not my favorite. I don't like. You know what? It's food's put in front of you. You eat it or go without. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it just. So, like I said, grandkids, they pick up after themselves. They clean up. They enjoy coming out here and working the farm. So, maybe, just maybe, be nice to see them be able to buy back the old farm ground and take it all back into the family. And so, yeah, Grandpa had fun spoiling one of the grandkids today. And the oldest did pretty good hooking up what I needed hooked up. And I can remember trying to hook. Right? Yep. You didn't have 5 different things. Oh, I don't want this, and go to the freezer and pick something else out. I ate a lot of liver and onion, and I ate some other stuff that I really didn't care for, or yeah, went without. Oh, And let me guess, Grandma had the cast iron skillet perfectly seasoned until you washed it. Right. That, along with some other subjects, John. Yeah. Even at high school, they shouldn't be exposed to some of that stuff. And I bet your grandma about used that cast iron skillet on you. Oh, some pretty good food come out of a cast iron skillet. That's the problem with most people now, John. They just send them to school as a babysitter. They go do their thing, make their money, and do what they want, and not worry what's going on with the kids. That's a big problem nowadays. And I guess our school, we're losing our pre-K, our preschool now. And I'm pretty sure the guy that got hired now is in the process of trying to close our local school. Yeah. What was that movie where they had to kill the babysitter, and that's when they were after the satellite? And yeah, you got that right. Common Core, my aching butt. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I've got some LS motors around here that I'm going to start getting out of some of these older vehicles that are wore out and take apart and see what we can make out of them. I've got two of them that are going to come out and get tore down and see what failed in them. The one I know pretty much got an idea why it failed because the young lady driving it, training went out and she thought she could make it home. So the slower the vehicle started going, the harder she put on the gas trying to keep it going until I'm pretty sure she ground the camshaft out of it. The other one seems to run good, but according to the gauges, it may or may not. So I'm going to take it apart, at least freshen it up or something. Would like to get some rust repair done on a couple of vehicles, so we'll have to see. Well, we got too many college educated people now. We need the laborers back. We need the trades back in the school. We need to have people learning how to fix things instead of just throwing it away and get new. As you sure can't throw away Golden Gate Bridge and just put a new one up. One reason is they wouldn't know how to take it down safely, and the second one is they wouldn't know how to put the new one up. I still remember that story too when we're talking about when they redid the Golden Gate Bridge on how they couldn't find enough good welders here in the U.S. to do it. They had to bring them over from overseas. So, and I remember as a kid when people stood up and boycotted this, boycotted that. It changed things. And with this high price gas, if everybody would stand together, 3 days. It would take 3 days to bankrupt these places and reset the clock. But everybody's so hell bent. Oh, it ain't bugging me. I got to go to work. I got to go work. It ain't my problem. It ain't my problem. It is. What's going on in this world is everybody's problem. We just got to get where everybody will stand together again. Right. They got to teach the right. common sense stuff. They got to get that back in the schools. Oh yeah, I can't remember what was wrong with a vehicle. Only had 7 miles on it, and it was out of oil. 7 miles out of oil. They don't know where the oil went, but it was out of oil. How do you go through 7 quarts of oil? Or how do you go 7 miles with no oil and no signs of the oil externally or anywhere? I think the thing didn't get filled up at the factory. I have a struggle having getting the insulin and the other medicines I need now. That's when it costs more in gas to drive to the places I get my insulin from than what I can afford to get bottles of insulin. That's a problem. Yeah. Or Ryan, he was in here and you got that reman motor without rings or something in it. And I've seen a couple of vehicles where Ford and Chevy, it didn't make a difference. Both of them, nice trucks, got out of the factory with no head gaskets. Now, how does. I mean, yeah. Yeah, 7 mile oilless motor. Now we get that perfected. We won't need any fossil fuels or anything, right? Yeah, I mean, uh, I've to go to either one of the WalMarts I get my insulin at, to go down and back the 30 miles it's in my vehicle, it's costing between, if the wind's blowing, it'll take $20 to go down and back in gas. I'm like, God, that's a lot of gas. Well, $20 is what? 3-4 gallon if you're lucky. So yeah, 18 miles a gallon. That's on a good day. So yeah, it takes 2 gallons down, 2 gallons back. 4 gallons times five, $20. And my insulin costs $24.88. Yeah. So say if I could get 4 bottles of insulin, and when I could save money, get that. Now, if I go get that 4 bottles of insulin, it will cost me $130 for the gas to get there to pick it up, and depending on how the body reacts, 4 bottles could last me 2 weeks. So yeah. There you go, Mike. So yeah, we were up to a good count, and now everybody disappeared. uh, okay, McCamper. Yeah, John, that's going to be an interesting one. And I will be. Oh, Sean, there you are. How you doing? Just kicking back, having time. I bet you she was so glad to see you when you got home, though, Mike. So how's everything going out your way, Sean? Hmm. You know, if John's right and it comes down to the oil stops flowing, everybody thought they had problems before, or everybody will be affected by that. Even the ones that think they got everything under control, they're going to be going, wait a minute here. This didn't work out right. Yeah. So have you ran into any snags yet with your conversion on your truck yet, old man, or has everything been pretty much straightforward? Ouch. So did you find a home for your motor there, Sean, or are you still sitting on that one? How it is if you want to find out who misses you the most, you put your girlfriend, wife, and the dog in the trunk and see who's glad to see you when you open the trunk. Yeah, the dog wins every time, huh? Still sitting on it, yeah. Yeah, I've got a few around here that it just, like I said, I want to double check, see if the price is still the same as what I was told the other day. There's days I'm almost looking like, you know what? Put her all on the trailer, haul it in, be done with it. What the heck was that? Oh, sweet. That's nice to know. Now, if you could have a time machine, go back in time and do that, and make kits, you'd make a fortune. Yeah, I know I got some repair work to do on the old shop this year, and got to get that lined up and ready to go. Wow, that's not good. Oh, you want to come up and say hi again? Yeah, I think Reason's still here to say hi to. That's going to put a lot of trucks on the side of the road, ain't it? He's a eye shop cat. Uh, you're going to be mad at me tomorrow. I'll be in and out of here a few times. So how's everything going down in your neck of the woods, HRM? Hopefully staying drier than what, last year, or was that 2 years ago? Yeah, I've got a couple of trucks I got to crawl under and do brake lines. My family's doing pretty good. I had Mason and his mom, my oldest, out here helping me today, and done wore the little guy out. Said he did too much walking out here helping Grandpa. Uh, Mom Bear and Squirrel went for a quick trip. Uh, Baby's growing like a weed. It's hard to believe he's 9 months, going on 10 months already. Oh, poor dog. It's 4:06 there, old man. The guy stuck him with it. I tested my toe strap the other day. I got a vehicle I need to get a motor and tranny and some other parts off of. And I didn't want to take time to carry a battery or mess around with that. So I hooked the toe strap on that, hooked it on the hitch, and just drug her in park. It actually worked out pretty good because it went right where I wanted it to. I've got a lot of stuff out here with good parts. I got a buddy of mine tell. Oh, thunderstorms probably. Oh, yeah. Sorry, George. This different phone. I don't hear it vibrate. No, the insulin cannot be mailed to me because insulin needs to be refrigerated, so they will not do that. And no, nothing's really sold, George. Got some leads on a couple, but nothing's come through yet. Sorry, I haven't been hearing you. Uh, and they've got these things designed to be obsolete. And mine started doing things we couldn't get it to stop, and then people at the cell phone place says, yes, something's wrong. Yeah, Tweet. I have had a couple of vehicles like that, and something's bent inside with the parking pole when they get like that. Yeah, I did see your video on blasting that intake, old man. That did come out pretty good. Like I said, I want to try and get set up and use a different media and hopefully a different power washer and maybe get that blasting stuff. Yeah, you sent me the picture of your dog when you first got her, Mike. Yeah, usually when they get hard to something with the parking pole's gone honk. Yes. There's Mike's new friend. Yep, I got it, Mike. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. No, that was my problem I ran into years ago when I had places that said they could get me insulin, and as soon as they found I had to be chilled, nope, we can't do it. That's not good. Somebody's sitting in the car complaining they can't breathe. That's not good. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting ready to work on Snowball. I'm about ready to throw her back together because I kind of need a extra vehicle again so I can finish fixing the Yukon. Let's see, turn. For anybody who wants to see it, there's what you can own right there. Sean's 406. You can tell them about it. There's the picture for you, Sean. That's a nice little motor. I think that'd be fun. So yeah, that's the motor Sean's got for sale. If anybody watches the replay of that, go through the chat and find Sean. Track him down. Give that motor a home. I got 4 more spots tomorrow to pick up stuff outside and throwing some headers away, some heads, and some more cranks. And hey, old man, what did you ever do with that newer Chevy? Did you guys just strip the motor and that out of it and get rid of it? The one that was all laid up? I can't remember if you salvaged the motor out of that or what you did with that one. Yeah, I'm about ready to take my monies and make one out of all the parts I got and get my 377 stuffed in there. No, a while back, you had that newer body style like mine, the 2000 or something, was a fish truck or something. It was all rotten out. I couldn't remember. You guys might have sold that for junk. I don't remember. The 78 one's the one you tore apart now for the that old truck. Wow. I'm gonna find a bigger trailer. I'm loading mine up and bringing them down to you, and we'll split the profit. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Huh. And the motor was destroyed. Wow. Okay. Somebody seen something you didn't see, huh? I didn't see it either. So you got any other builds going on, Sean, or are you just kind of sitting around twiddling your thumbs like most people? wanted the interior out of it. Well, I guess if that's what he wanted, to buy those pieces, I found out the seat cover for the one truck I went to buy it. Oh yeah, we got it. It's in stock in that same color. Just the lower seat cover cushion cloth. You know what they get for that? I about died when they told me the price. That was before COVID and everything else. That piece of cloth to cover the cushion for your lower seat was over $400 just for the lower part. That wasn't the upper part. That was just the lower. I said, never mind on ordering that. So yeah, if that guy had priced out new interior, giving you the $1,200 for that, and that if that his interior was what he needed, he got a hell of a deal. He got a hell of a deal. Have you guys seen Larry in here? Now, just a second here. Hello? Hi. There was a classic case of somebody destroying stuff. Okay. Have any of you guys, I mean, on his end, it shows that he's there, but have any of you guys seen Larry Burns? I'm going back through and, huh, he's not showing on my end, but he took a snap of his picture and it shows him, but I'm not seeing him in the chat. Things are going pretty good, Sean. Larry Burns. I don't understand why I'm not seeing him. Should have been a red L right there. So, yeah, what'd you do now, Larry? You're going to be another one like George, get kicked out and not even know why? That's strange. I thought it was funny that he wasn't saying nothing tonight, but yeah. JJ and that, and old man, and Larry, you must have been too ornery this week or something. Yeah, he's just. Makes me wonder how many other guys have been. Well, Larry, yeah. Because YouTube don't want us talking. That is. It might be, Larry. It might be. Oh, my God. Oh, hey. Well, that's all we have to do is talk about you, Larry. There's Larry. There he is. That's too funny. All your other messages you didn't come through, and now all of a sudden we go looking for you, and now they let you through. Do 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 do. Oh, yeah. We think we control what's going on. Yeah. No, E85, my tractor loved it. It ran great and was actually running better. And it's the easiest starting that thing's been since I rebuilt it. Is HRM here? I know. I think at one time HRM got kicked out by Google or one of the guys like that. Seen a black elk. Oh, they're honing in on you, Larry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They found you. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. I don't know what's going on with my TikTok account. I haven't been doing much on that, but boy, I'm getting some interesting new followers. That's right, Larry. Don't give them. So how hot did it get out there today, bud? Or how hot are you at 7 o'clock at night? And poor George, he still can't get back on. He just sits here and listens. And 106, now 104. Whew! Okay. I won't tell you we're at 70 degrees in. Oh, I said that out loud. Sorry. No wonder it's cooling off in here. Should almost start sleeping in that day and work at night again. God, it's been a year since I've done that. $75 out east and wow, you're stepping up. You're kind of going primal there, Mike. Yeah, it gets us back in the winter. Yeah. 22 tonight. Holy moly, Wayne. Place your bets. Place your bets. What's the blood sugar going to be? What's 75 there? Place your bets. Dang it. Well, not quite that bad. Anybody else going to take a guess here quick? $2.06. No wonder I'm starting to feel warm. Sitting there, starting to feel like I'm getting flush, and I'm like, why? Well, now I know why. Stupid numbers. Ken was closest, 206. This thing's lagging tonight. $80 to $120, old man, is what they consider normal. And we're finding out if I stay around 140 to 160, I do really, really good. So, and see, that's the problem. Here's the size I get. If I could keep it about 100 to 150, this would last a week. When my numbers keep jumping up like that, that may last 2 days. I'm surprised my gut doesn't leak because of all the pinholes in it. So, 105. Wow, bud. For me, I get under 80. It's like I got drunk right now. Boom. 105, if you were there all the time, that's would be right. Pretty dang good. Well, they say I'm not bad enough for a pump. 77 in Cincinnati with George. Now, the other night before Mama Bear took off, I'm pretty sure I had diabetic crash in my sleep because I woke up and I was soaked head to toes. Head to toes and sweat. And then when I got up and checked my numbers, I was at 90, which is really low for me to start the day out. Yeah, if you hadn't ate for 2 days and you were at 105, yeah, that's really good, Mike. Really good. Yeah. Other than that, I got real thirsty, and I don't know why because my numbers were okay and that, but I couldn't drink enough of anything, water, milk. Even had a couple of pops. Finally went to bed after downing a glass of ice water and slept fairly good. It kind of depends on my body. If I was up moving around, that 100 units I just took could tear out me below. Since I'm not going to be very active the rest of the night, I ain't out pushing stuff around and moving around. It might get me down to about 150, 160. So, and I'm also got another shots I've been taking too that are every 2 weeks that seem to be helping too with that other stuff. And yeah. Hmm. Well, I'm trying to work on some new builds, Sean, but waiting on the machine shop for the one so we can get the correct pistons ordered, and the other we're still waiting on for the funds to be gathered. So, no, nothing's going on. That's kind of why I'm loading up what I can. And like I said, I'm looking at a couple of projects. I'd really hate to throw them away because there's lots of good stuff, but I don't know. If the world's going to continue to keep going like it is now, I don't know. I might be more apt to turn these projects I got now into aluminum tubing and take my whole camper out there, tear her down to the main frame, update the plumbing and everything, and build me a nice aluminum frame over that and turn that into a nice camper again. That's fluffy friendly. So it's a gooseneck pole, so it'd be a good one. That's kind of why I'm thinking about getting snowball going again because that's the only thing I got a gooseneck on. And yeah, I would so love to get my hands on a brake lathe, especially with these parts getting cheaper. I'd rather turn, if they're turnable, I'd rather turn a set of brake rotors or drums and save what I got just to keep this old stuff going. As it's going to be kind of, keeps going like it's going. It's going to be guys that was able to get their hands on this old equipment just to be able to keep their old stuff going until there is no more going. God, I would sit here and have a blast just sitting here turning brake lathes. Brake lathe. Yeah, turning the brake lathes. Yeah. Jeez. I can't talk. Yeah. Yeah, everything's getting pricey, old man. Everything. And I've quoted on a couple of other motors, and I've noticed after looking at the prices and going online and double checking the prices and talking to them and triple checking the prices, uh, on the average engine build, you can add about $300 to $400 now because the price increases. Um, so if you were selling a motor, say for 3,000, you better be selling it for 34, 3,500 just to cover the up pricing that's taking place. And some people don't understand that. The other problem is if you had one given to you, the electricity or electrical costs keep going up. You wouldn't be able to afford to run the things. It just uh, something's got to break in this cycle, and when it does, it's either going to be good, or we're going to look like all the previous world problems are going to be child's play compared to what we're going to end up with. So, let's see. Yeah, I never did get the get together down in June here, did we? Oh, he's got a new song out, huh? That's too funny. That's too funny. Yeah, once they run out of diesel and oil for the trains and trucks, yeah, it's going to be an interesting world. Yeah. Nah. Is that on YouTube then, old man? I'm going to have to look that one up. Hey, CF, how you doing out there? Here's a little warm out your direction. Okay. How's your car been holding up, CF? Oh, you broke the rear end. Uh-oh. Too many smoky burnouts? Oh, you got 370. Oh, 373s are found on the street. That's what my old Monte Carlo had. Yeah, Sean, I went to a couple races and we haven't been back because no cars are showing up. And what they're charging you to get in the grandstand, you want some cars there. So, yeah, it's just been tough. It's okay, 500. Okay. Yeah, there's another one that I watch on YouTube, and he's like, yeah, he had a whole idea of building, going racing a lot, and he's sitting at home. So when it costs you $100 to get there, and another 100 to run the car, and another 100 to get home, and you only get 100, $200 back, it don't take long to figure out you're going backwards right quick there. Yeah, giving the old car a tune-up, are you, CF? Yeah, I like my truck and my Yukon now that I changed out those dang door bushings. It's amazing that how the 16th inch of play there will make you whistle your brains out. Oh, is I haven't even been on YouTube. I evidently burned up the data on my phone, and the internet's off at the house, so I can't even watch videos on my phone. So it's been kind of boring at night. What's Vice Grip been up to? Dang it. Oh, you get 10 gigabyte? I get 2 gigabyte of high speed data, then it goes slow, and that's so slow. I mean, makes dial up look fast. Mom Bear's got so much data on her phone. We've been using it to run the Ruco at the house so we can at least watch TV at night. Well, yeah, I could look him up on her. Yep. Yeah, the loading, load. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, really? I'll check that one out. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I want to. I also know of a. Speaking of that, I've looked. I've been. See if his number got transferred. Let's see. If his number got transferred, that might be my sign. No, if a guy that's got an RV that's got a hurt motor in it still runs and still make it, and he decided not to fix it, and so. Well, oh, there it is. I do have it. I'm gonna call that guy and see if he's interested in getting rid of it. If it is, get that, put that out here, and we'll move into that. $45? Wow. Well, something danced around on number 3. I think it's actually got a bent valve, maybe a bent push rod, or both. And from where that RV's at to here, it'll make it. It's got a big block in it, so uh, I'll have to give that guy a call tomorrow and see if he's got it and see what he's interested in letting it go for. $60 to $100 for the rotors? Okay, yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on a brake lathe somehow, some way. That sounds like a big one, Tweed. That one, it sounds like you could do more than just brake parts on it. Set her up and turn a crankshaft or something. Well, that's where like I said, I watched the Nickel brothers and how they've tore that one that was wrecked apart and rewelded the frame and put her back together. I thought, the guy gets himself some aluminum tubing and that and redesign your own camper and all that. I know the floor's rotten in this one, but the frame is good. Strip her all that way down to the floor and start over. Convert it over the PEX piping for the water supply and put in a modern water filter or whatever. Or have a hookup where we could hook it up to the rural water. Or no. Yeah, those old Amco lathes, they were built, they weren't going to vibrate, shake around, and give you any trouble. They cut, and that was a smooth cutting machine. Wow, Mike, huh? Well, you like the camper life. I guess that way, if you get tired of the neighbors, just hook up and move. Guess I would just have to figure out how to glue all that sheeting and all that onto the frame so it wouldn't bubble off or flake off, and figure out how to make it watertight. But then again, there's one problem I already thought of if I did do that. Climbing the ladders. Not yet. Got to lose a few more pounds. I'm kind of interested to get to a scale and see how much weight I've lost. Because this one round of injections I'm taking, I should be losing some weight. Well, I got a 9-foot bed on the back of my dually. Finally got the windshield replaced in the dually too. That one I saved from that pickup we crushed last year, I actually got it in and we didn't break it. Yeah, well, Mom Bear was told she was supposed to be gone 10 years ago, and it's now a total of 21 years later, she's still here. So you never know for sure, Mike. Because that one specialist absolutely said she would be gone in 10 years, and she's still here. As the other saying is, there's no expiration printed on the bottom of our feet. So, oh, it's finally getting dark here. Oh, jeepers, it's 9:30. Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to probably go ahead and get out of here because I want to get up early, finish loading up the last of the scrap iron that I found that I forgot about, and get that loaded up and get that stuff hauled off and try and get a few things taken care of again. Get the ball rolling the right direction, hopefully. So, well, I just found out the neighbor that I lost, his brother-in-law, that's got. All right, Matt, I'll be looking for your videos. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Mike. I'm glad you're home. So, everybody, keep going on your projects, whether it's right or wrong. Gotta be busy. So, all right, Sean, you take care, and hopefully you can find a home for that motor here soon. Thanks for coming by, old man. So, we'll see what this week brings, and maybe I might get a video out. We'll have to see. Oh no, Mike. Okay. All right, Wayne. You take care. So, everybody, you all have a good one. You stay cool out there, CF, and we'll catch you guys later.